Start?
It started.
Radhe Radhe Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Welcome to Shri Radha Vino Bihari Mandir, Gopinath Bhavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham.
Jai Ho.
Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Rupanulu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Patit Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Radha Vino Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Radha Ramana Ju Ki Jai, Giriraj Mahārāja Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtana Ki Jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Vaishnavas. I don't have my songbook. So we'll begin with Mangalacharan, page 1 of this book, Shri Gauriya Giti Guccha. Make sure you hold the book right side up. Shri Gauriya Giti Guccha, Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam. And if you don't have a songbook, our very dear friend and mentor, Jiva Pavana Prabhu, kindly post the bhajans and ashtakams and everything in the comments section of the thread. So just scroll to the most recent post of Jiva Pavana Prabhu and you will find the bhajans along with translations followed by beautiful commentaries from our acharyas there in that location. Honestly, right now I'm feeling separation from Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi in his rooms. It was so beautiful and powerful being there yesterday, and my mind and my heart keep going back there. So, thank you for being with us yesterday for that. Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Śrī Krishna Līlā Katane Sudācham Naudanya Madhurya Gunashcha Yuktam Varam Varinyam Purusham Mahantam Nārāyaṇam Tvam Shirashan Namāmi Sridandinam Bhakta Shiromanincha Shri Krishna Pada Jadvaika Hriddi Chaitanya Leelamrita Sarasara Nārayanam Tvam Savatam Prapadye Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedānta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi
मोक्षपाणिने जीवदुःखे सदर्काय श्रीनाम प्रेमदायिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वतीति नामिने श्रीवैष्णवानवीने दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्ण सम्बन्ध विज्ञान दयिने ब्रह्मवे नमः माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाद्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोऽस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणि श्रीमूर्तये दिनकारिणे रूपानुगनिरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भारसम्बोधे पदम्बुजायते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौराशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगपरायते गौराविर्भावभूमे स्वं निर्देष्टा सधनप्रिया वैष्णवः सर्वभौमश्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नमो गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते रक्तकञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जयतां सुरगोपन्तो मम मन्दं मतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजो राधामदनमोहनो दिव्यगृह्णारण्यकल्पद्रुमद श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रीराधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेव प्रेष्ठादिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन्द्रसरसारम्भे वंशिवत ततस्थितः कर्षन्मेरुस्वनैर्गोगे गोपीनाथ श्रीसुनः वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यभक्त्यै नमो नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावग्निर्वापनं सर्वात्मा सपनं परं विजयते श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तनम् हरेर्नाम हरेर्नामेव केवलम् खलो नस्त्येव गतिरन्यथा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Shri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadma, page 28. When should we announce our plans for tomorrow?
I think you can keep doing it just in case someone only stops by for a moment.
Okay. So our plans for tomorrow, we will be starting early, like we did on Govardhan Anukut Day. We will be starting Vrindavan time, 3 o'clock p.m., 3 o'clock in the afternoon Vrindavan time, in a very, very special location where it is raining the mercy of Prem.
Varshana!
Varshana.
And we will go for as long as we can. At Govardhan we had seva to do, so we had to stop after 2.5, maybe almost 3 hours. But for as long as we can go, we will stream.
As long as possible. I don't know about the ride on the way back. If we try to stream that, we'll probably get cut off somewhere near Yabat because there's not very good internet connection out in that direction.
But we're starting at 3, so 2 hours earlier than now.
Okay, so tomorrow, and we'll announce this again. So now Shri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Page 28.
Shri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadma.
This bhajan, although it is written by Śrīla Narottam Das Thakur and is applicable to all pure devotee Shri Gurus, our Śrīla Gurudev, Śrīla Bhaktivedānta, Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he explained that this bhajan is not for everyone. Just because they've assumed the position of Guru does not mean that it is for them. It is for transcendental, pure personalities who have descended from the divine realm, from Goloka Vrindavan. It is pointing to those persons who are completely divine, transcendental, and pure, and who can actually take one out of this material world and connect them to Krishna, who can awaken one's relationship with Krishna, and who can give divine knowledge of that relationship with Krishna within one's heart. So he was explaining that this is the qualification of the topmost personality. And for me, and also for Sudevi, and for so many, it is linked like this to Srila Prabhupada. Every morning, my very first memory, the first memory I have in my life is when I was about 3 years old. And there's a reason why I remember it, because it was reinforced again and again and again. It was the magic moment, receiving Mahaprasad, cookies from Srila Prabhupada's hand. And that time all of the devotees are singing Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. So at that time, I do remember it very clearly, and also I remember the cookies. They say that the sense of smell, by the way, the cookies were amazing.
I'm just going to turn,
What happened?
this is turned up, so I'm going to try and turn it down.
Okay.
Sorry, devotees, one moment, so this doesn't disturb. Okay, go ahead.
They say the sense of smell is the closest or the deepest linked to memory. And so between the sense of smell, the sense of taste, and the awesomeness, at that time I was yehai, so from that perspective, Srila Prabhupada was not small. He was sitting on the Vyasasana and he was 100 feet high. And you can see the love, feel the love of the devotees, 500 or more devotees in the temple room, all beaming with love and affection. And it was quite a memorable experience. So that is my first recallable memory. And of course, my second recallable memory is the day of his departure from this world, which happened when I was just about 4. And that was, in another way, very impressive upon me. But
Mine also is of cookies.
yeah, so Sudevi's first memory is also of cookies, especially because her family always reminded her, right, you got the, what was it?
The big cookie.
Right, you got the big cookie from Srila Prabhupada whenever she'd be naughty. No, you can tell the story.
I'm
Why?
not telling the story.
Tell the story.
No.
Okay, I'm not going to tell your story. She's right here. She can tell you her story from there.
I've already told it. Okay, so all the kids were going up and they were getting cookies from Srila Prabhupada, and I was about maybe 4, and my sister was about 5. And my father said to my sister, you should offer your obeisance to Srila Prabhupada. And she said, no, I'm too shy, I can't. Because at that time, the kids were just taking the cookies and running. And so I thought, oh, I'll do it. I said, I'll do it. So I went up, and Srila Prabhupada handed the cookie down to me. But I bowed down first. I offered my pranam, and then I got up to receive the cookie. But he put the cookie down. And then he searched the plate and got the biggest cookie, and with a huge smile on his face, he handed me the biggest cookie. And then whenever I would do anything naughty, or I was bad when I was a child, my father would generally say, "You know better. You got the big cookie from Prabhupada, you know better." And I'd always be like, "Yeah, I was so naughty. I got the big cookie and I'm so naughty." Anyway, but those memories are very deeply impressed in our hearts to get those cookies, because usually Srila Prabhupada was surrounded by so many very big people, and it was like all of a sudden the sea of red parted. You know, all the brahmacharis, the sannyasis, everyone stood aside, and it was the children's turn to go up and to receive his mercy. And it was very, very memorable. We grew up with everything being Srila Prabhupada. So when we got to be near him, when we received a glance from him, our parents really made us understand, you just received great mercy. So it was something very deeply impressed upon us, and we're so grateful for.
I just wanted to show you really quick. I have to get up to show you. So, I still got the tambura playing. 1 second, I gotta turn it off. This picture I posted today, I thought it was really beautiful. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And this is a picture when I was little. My mother's bringing me up to get a cookie from Srila Prabhupada in Los Angeles temple. And there's video. You've seen the video of all the kids getting cookies from Prabhupada? Sudevi's in that video, that little blonde girl, Sudevi.
One of them.
One of them. So, okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mahaprasad from the hand of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, now we will sing Ohe Vaishnava Thakur Doyara Sagar Edase Kuruna Kori.
Page 39.
Ohe Vaishnava Thakur Doyaro Sagar Edase Kuruna Kori. Ohe Vaishnava Thakur Doyaro Sagar
Edase Kuruna Kori.
Odiya Podo Chhaya Shodo He Amare Diya Podo Chhaya Tomaro Charano Dhuri O Chayo Vegadoni Chayo Dosha Shodhi Chayo Guno Devorase Chayo Vegadoni
Jaya Dosha Shodhi, Jaya Guna Devodase.
Chayo Satta Sangho Deho He Amare Chayo Satta Sangho Oboshechi Sangero Ashe Ko ekaki ama Nahi paribo Hari Namo Sangho ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर ओ प्रभु कृपा करो मोरे दया करो प्रभु कृपा करो मोरे दया करो वैष्णव ठाकुर की श्रीनियाची साधु के बोले सर्वजन पेज 51 শুনিয়াছি সাধু মুখে বলে সর্বজন শ্রীরূপ কৃপায় মিলে যুগল চরণ Sanātana Gosvāmī Kārtika.
So a request was made for Gurudev Kripa Karke. So maybe the next set.
The next set. So that means tomorrow.
Will we be singing Gurudev Kripa Karke?
If we have a chance to sing
Maybe
tomorrow,
at
we'll
Rishabhanukund.
maybe at Rishabhanukund tomorrow. We will start with Gurudev, and then of course it's the place of Śrīmati Radhika. It's all the place of Śrīmati Radhika, but they're a special place.
So Lei Li Hao, we'll do it tomorrow.
Lei Lihao?
Lei Li, I think that's how you say it.
Okay. Page 61, Nitai Gunamani Amar, Nitai Gunamani. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Nitai Guno Mani Amar Nitai Guno Mani Aniya Premero Manya Bhashayo Yovani O Premero Manya Loyanita Ayo Guru Deshe Lubilo Kata Gohino Bhase Dino Dino Patita Maro Nahi Vache Hey, Dhanava Pranam. Sorry about that. We're going to start it again because
It might be a little bit fuzzy at the beginning, but it will.
we are including all of you in this prayer to Śrī Nityananda Prabhu.
I'm not seeing it start yet.
Hare Krishna. It's not connected to Wi-Fi. It's just from the
Oh,
SIM now.
so then I can't tell.
I'll connect you from here.
Sorry, dear Vaishnavas.
Okay, you should be able to connect to me now. Yes. Nitai guno mami ama, nitai guno mami.
Nitai guno mami ama, nitai guno mami.
Aniya premero banya, bhashayro
Sachinandana Gaur Hari Ki Jai.
Leela House name is Leelavati.
Leelavati. Hare Krishna. Gaurangira Dutipada. Page 74. 74. Gaurangira Dutipada Jara Dhana Sampada. Gaurangero Dutipada Jaradhana Sampada Se jane bhakti rasam
Setarangge devaruve
se Radha Madhavam Antaranga
Se Radha Madhava Antaranga
Grihe Vavore Take Hagoranga Bole Rakhe Shri Satyavrata Muni ki
Jai.
Namami Nandanandanam. Then Radha Kripakatakshastavaraja. Then Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Page 289 for Śrī Nandanandāṣṭakam. Page 285 for Śrī Radha Kripakatakshastavaraja. Page 290 for Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam.
And just remember,
Jiva Pavana Prabhu is posting the bhajans in the comment section of the thread, so if you don't have the songbook, you can just follow there.
I thought it was cute last night. You asked Sudevi, how do you know Srila Prabhupada's bhajan by heart? And she said, oh, I'm following Jiva Pavana Prabhu.
I just saw her trying to film and I was like, oh my God, she knows the whole thing by heart. I was so impressed, I was so amazed. And she said, Jiva Pavana Prabhu. So amazing, isn't it? Would it be easier for you if we can play harmonium together?
I can't play it with you now.
Okay. It's true. Together would be very difficult.
But I guess we can sing together easily.
As you can tell, Sudevi's feeling a little bit better. Satcham Gadanta Pantikam Nava 85, Śrī Radha Kripakataksha Stavaraja Munindra Brinda Vandite. Munindra Brinda Vandite Triloka Shoka Harini Prasanna Vaprapankaje Nikunja Bhumilasini Brajendra Bhanunandini Brajendra Sunu Sangate Kadakadeshasi Hama Kripakataksha Bhajanam Ashoka Vrikshavallari Vitanamanda Pasite Page 290, Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, Namāmīśvaram, Sachidananda Rūpam.
Last night you did ISKCON too? Yes,
No.
you did.
Because I had the tampura but no harmonium, I did the
Really?
Gaudiya tune. Yeah.
Why do I remember it differently?
No. Last night we did the Gaudiya tune. Namāmīśvaram.
Really?
Mm.
Okay. I was watching.
Please confirm, devotees. You were probably thinking we would do that tune because we were there.
Yeah. Old tune today. I don't know. Devaki sang old tune today.
Yes, but yesterday we did.
The Gaudiya tune.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Śrī Dāmodara ki jai.
Jai.
Such a sweet.
Naughty Krishna.
Radharamanu ki
Jai.
jai. Radha Bihari ki
Jai.
jai.
He started playing his flute just now.
Really? It just went up?
It just went up to his lips.
Is that for Radha Kripakataksha?
I don't know. He was holding it lower so you could see his lips, and just now I looked and it's up. Okay, Jiva Pavana Prabhu is confirming. Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, the old tune today.
Okay. गिरिराज महाराज की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। श्री राधा दामोदर की जय।
Just to make sure that it doesn't stop there. It has to be redone. Just call me.
Okay.
By the way, just another reminder that tomorrow we're starting at 3 o'clock p.m. Vrindavan time. That means 2 hours earlier. We'll be starting from Varshanadham. So we'll be starting probably from Vrishabhanu Kund if we actually arrive there in the taxi on time. So 2 hours earlier.
It's difficult to practice Swiss time in India. Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namaham Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Namine Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedānta Swāmini Namine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yakrapatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinakarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandava Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashaka Shri Śrīmad Śrī Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And the same thousands of Dandava Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashaka Shri Śrīmad Śrī Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Śrīla Prabhupada, and to all of our Rupanuga, Gauriya, Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas, past, present, and future, including all of you who are present with us today, I offer my Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, dear Vaishnavas, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Shyam.
In Vrindavan, everywhere, everyone says Radhe Radhe. That's how you say hello, good morning, good evening, be careful, get out of the way, I'm sorry. Everything here is Radhe Radhe. Even when you exchange anything, money for vegetables, Radhe Radhe. It's just the way it is here. So everyone is always chanting the name of Radha. And there are songs which say even the monkeys are, and each leaf is chanting, and the waves of Jamuna are chanting. Every particle of dust is, and for sure, Krishna is.
But our
milkman, he comes from Belvan. He chants Jai Shri Krishna. And we said, why don't you say Radhe Radhe? He said, you don't understand? Shri is Srimati Radhika. So Jai Shri Krishna. He's saying Radha Krishna. Isn't that nice? Always chanting the names of Radha, Radhe Shyam.
Radhe Shyam.
So before entering into Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, I want to give some time for Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. But I spoke something yesterday and I said we would discuss it a little bit. And it's quite essential actually, because it was one of the primary teachings of our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. After his disappearance, some tried to contest his teachings. And it's quite clear everywhere within his teachings, very clear what his perspective is. And so I just wanted to share it and give some reconciliation, especially because we sung one bhajan yesterday, Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. Now there, our Srila A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada is calling out to Krishna. Oh, brother Krishna. Now, the translation for that verse, that first verse especially, was given by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. And he was saying there that Krishna, Prabhupada is telling Krishna, if you want Radharani to be happy, if you want her to be The word is actually kushi, happy or comfortable or pleased with you. Then you will help me in this endeavor to serve my Gurudev. So this is a very interesting kind of prayer. I require help, I require assistance. But later on he says, Kata vane chuta chuti vane kai lutaputi se dina kabi habe more. And he's saying, I'm remembering this, tomara smarana bhelo. That I'm remembering, and he's telling very specifically, Sakya Bhav, means cowherd-boy lila. What does it mean? When we are snatching each other's food from each other's hand, feeding each other, completely carefree, laughing, rolling in the dust of Vrindavan, and all like that. This is the mood of the cowherd boys. So, and so many are saying also Prabhupada is a cowherd boy. And even they've come up with some names for his cowherd boy name. Our Śrīla Gurudev, Śrīla Bhaktivedānta, Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja is and was adamant that he is more than just a cowherd boy. Because a cowherd boy can only help you up to their level, Sakya Bhav. But they cannot give you the Madhurya Bhav of the gopis. And he said that our Srila Prabhupada is capable of awakening every rasa. That my Gurudev, he said, our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, gave him Gopi Bhav mantra at the time of sannyas. That I wrote, Gurudev is saying, all of the Manjari Bhav mantras on his transcendental body when we put him in samadhi. I would sit with him and discuss at Radha Damodar and in Sri Keshavji Gauriya Mathura. And so many times, so much of the bhav of the Rupanugas. And even you see in those old black and white videos, way back when Gargamuni was just a new devotee, he still had his long hair and he was, sitting there with just like relishing the prasadam. And he's trying to talk and he's speaking in circles, pretty interesting discussion. And I think this was 26 2nd Avenue in New York. And Kirtananda comes around the corner and says, actually, we all want to be gopis. Now, when I was little, you may all remember this too, the Prabhupada disciples. Up until about 1979, this was understood by all devotees in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It was common understanding and common knowledge that that was our goal, our aspiration, our hope in everything. And then after some time, it became more of like a free-for-all. Whatever you want to be, you can be. But at that time, that was the preaching and the teaching of our Srila Prabhupada. And so how do you reconcile Prabhupada in his bhajan, remembering or having this desire, I had this remembrance, I'm longing for this feeling. How do you reconcile that with the other statements of Srila Prabhupada, speaking about our goal is to become one of the Gopi Jan, one of the gopis of Vrindavan, and Nikunja Yuno Ratikeli Siddhya, serving the assistant maidservants of the gopis of Vrindavan. So you see him saying this, and then you see him saying that. How do you reconcile it? Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita emphatically declares, and you can find it, I don't know which verses are there, but it tells that within Madhurya Ras is the maximum fulfillment of Vatsalya Ras. Vatsalya is higher than Sakya. Vatsalya, or parental mood, is higher than friendship mood in terms of the depth of attachment and relationship to Krishna. Higher than that Vatsalya is Madhurya. And the peak or the supreme topmost of that Madhurya or paramour mood, Parakiya Bhav, is found only in Srimati Radhika. So of all of the gopis, she is Sarvakanti Shiromani, the crest jewel of all of the gopis. But within that mood is contained the maximum extent of parental mood, Vatsalyata. And within Vatsalyata is contained the maximum extent of Sakya, friendship mood. And within that is contained the maximum extent of Dasya, or servitor mood. In other words, Within that highest ras, all other bhavs are also contained. And that person in Madhurya Ras can nourish anyone in any other rasa because they also contain that fully within them. In fact, our Srila Gurudev spoke. We were in Kanti Punja's house in Fiji. He came out of his room and he said that Mother Yashoda is the embodiment of Srimati Radhika's Vatsalya praying for Krishna. And I was thinking, wow, that's a pretty far out statement. And then I found the almost exact verbatim quote from our Srila Prabhupada, who was writing in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, before Brahma Vimohan Lila, in his own commentary, he was also explaining this, that same point. So how do you reconcile? There's a chapter in Krishna book, and really, have you seen that painting where Krishna is going to the forest in the morning with the cows and the calves and Baladev Prabhu? There's one, there's a couple from Prabhupada, and there's one from our Srila Gurudev. So Shyamarani Didi, Jadurani Didi, explained to us that actually the gopis are not physically present there, but they're there by bhav, by mood. They're in their homes and they have to do so many things. But by heart, by mood, by everything, it's called bhav netra, through the vision of love. They are there. And they're feeling themselves so lowly and unqualified. Now, humility is synonymous with the level of bhakti. The more one is feeling humble, you can understand that this is how high they are in bhakti. So in this chapter in Krishna book, you see that the gopis are longing and even daydreaming about being cowherd boys. That, oh, how fortunate are they. If we can only be like them, then we can play with Krishna all day, completely carefree, and we wouldn't have anyone to stop us. So there's a kind of a daydreaming, and they're thinking, oh, they're so fortunate. Look at the deer. They're so fortunate. Not only can the female deer go to Krishna, but their husbands accompany them as well. Oh, if only we can be like that. And Srimati Radhika is even praying, when this body is finished, I want the airs of my body to merge with the wind, so that wind can cool the body of Krishna. I want the waters of my body to merge with Jamuna, so that when he enters Jamuna, they can fully embrace him. I want the earth of my body to merge with the earth, to touch the lotus feet of Krishna. And she's praying like this. So this is the nature of love and affection. As it increases more and more, one sees that everyone is serving Krishna better than myself. Only I am not capable of serving him properly. So when you look at it from these different perspectives, some have said, oh, well, he's saying this in his bhajan and he's worshipping Krishna Balaram. Yesterday I told you what he himself said about Krishna Balaram and why he has placed Krishna Balaram there in the center in Krishna Balaram Mandir. He wrote it, he spoke it himself. But when we say, they say, other Vaishnavas don't write about Sakya Bhav. That's not true. Sri Narottam Das Thakur has written about Sakya Bhav. Sanātana Gosvāmī has written an entire book entitled Brihad Bhagavatamrita, all about the progression of Sakya Bhav. But we know that Sanātana Gosvāmī is actually in Madhurya as a maidservant to Srimati Radhika, Lavanga Manjari. So Narottam Das Thakur is also saying in this bhajan, Hari Hari Kabe Mor Hoive Sudina. Bhaktivedānta Thakur is also writing about it. All different. Yashomati Nandana Brajabharanagar. He's writing about Vatsalya Prem. He's writing about Sakya Prem. He's writing about it in all of his books. Rupa Goswami is also describing all of these different feelings and bhavs. Our Srila Gurudev's position was quite emphatic. You can believe whatever you want, but don't try to change my feeling. Don't try to change my knowledge. I know who he is, Gurudev said. And again and again and again, this was foundational, integral to the teachings and the preaching of our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta, Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja, that our Srila Prabhupada is completely transcendental, an eternal associate of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, not different than our Rupanuga Guru Varga. Like Rupa Goswami, like Sanātana Gosvāmī, Raghunath Das Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, Jiva Goswami, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, Bhaktivedānta Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, all of our Rupanuga Guru Varga. They're serving in that same way as a maidservant to Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. And this is the first prayer that Srila Prabhupada had all of the devotees chanting every single day. Śrī Radhika Madhavayorapara Madhurya Lila Guna Rupa Namnam Pratikshana Shvadhanalolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Serving Radha Madhava in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. How? Nikunja yuno ratikeli siddhyai yayari bhir yuktir apekshaniya tatrati dakshyad ativallabhasya vande guru shri charanarvindam. Assisting the gopis in their service to Radha and Krishna in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. And just after that, then we're chanting the Tulsi prayer. What is that Tulsi prayer? I'm trying to remember. Mor e abhilash vilas kunje diovas. My only desire, mor e abhilash vilas kunje diovas. Please give me residence in the kunjas of Vrindavan, where the vilas means the intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna are going on. How? Why? Nayane heri vo sada. So that I will always be able to witness or behold Yugala Rupa Rashi, the beautiful, sweet pastimes of Radha Krishna Yugal. And then it says, E nivedhanadharo sakira anugatakaro. My ardent prayer, E nivedana dharo sakir anugat koro. That I should become in the line, in the anugatya of the Sakhis. Seva adhikara diye. Please give me the qualification for seva. Koro nija dasi. Make me your own dasi, maidservant. And then the last line, Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayena Bhasi. May I always, and I want you to swim, drown in the love of Shri Radha and Govinda. So this is quite stark and very clear. And then just before Śrīmad Bhagavatam class, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. I'm telling you all of this because our Srila Gurudev was so explicit on this point. This was one of the main cruxes of his preaching. And it's essential to understand this. Essential. If anyone wants to know what our Gurudev was preaching, it was very, very clear, undeniable. And you can go back right through to 96, and even back at the time of Srila Prabhupada's departure from our vision in this world, he was telling the same thing. He has not changed his position at all. You can ask Ujjapad Bhagavat Mahārāja. He has not changed his position. Since then, since before that, since his Gurudev gave sannyas to Prabhupada, since all of those discussions were taking place at Radha Damodar, under the shelter of Śrī Radha Damodar, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. And in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, I was telling you about Jai Radha Madhava. I'll go to this next point next. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. What is this?
Only 9 are there. It pauses.
I didn't look down at all. I'm so used. Oh, sorry. Hare Krishna. How long has it been gone? I was completely I forgot that this was here.
Do you want me to keep it?
Yes, please. How long was it gone? Sorry.
Yeah, it's been gone for a while.
How long?
I don't know.
Can anyone tell me where I left off?
For a minute.
1 minute?
Well, we're at the meaning of Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hari Priya Dasi.
Thank you. So Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. I'm glad it wasn't so long.
I'm watching now.
Sudevi's watching now.
I had to get because we're offline, so I can only listen.
Yes. So, sorry about that. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Our Srila Gurudev expressed very clearly what is the meaning of Kunja Bihari. Kunja Vihari is Krishna in the kunjas, the Nikunjas of Vrindavan, and specifically which Kunja Vihari? Jai Radha Madhava. Radha together with Madhava in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. Srila Gurudev has said 1,000 times, and over again, in those intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna, no other male form can enter. Even Giriraj Maharaj has to take this Sakhi Bhav, this female mood, to be able to serve Radha and Krishna at such a time. No other personalities can enter into that Nikunja. This is the meaning of Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. So I was telling that before even giving Śrīmad Bhagavatam class, Srila Prabhupada was establishing our mood, our goal, what is our foundation, and then we will enter into Śrīmad Bhagavatam. And this is also based on the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. If you look very carefully, even not carefully, it's everywhere in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will see what is the mood, what is the goal of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It's very clear within Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita that the goal, the highest perfection, is the attainment of those moods of love and affection for Krishna in the wake or in the moods of the gopis' love for Krishna in Vrindavan. And then in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, you can see directly the words of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and our Srila Prabhupada's commentaries. There it says that only a gopi can broadcast the moods of the gopis' love and affection for Krishna all over. Only a gopi can do so. And specifically it says, not even a cowherd-boy and not even a Priya Narmasaka can do such a thing. That means a very near, dear, intimate friend of Krishna, cowherd-boy friend, does not have the qualification to broadcast the moods of the gopis all over. Who broadcasts the moods of the gopis all over?
I know.
1,000 points.
I got it.
Who broadcasts the moods of the gopis all over the world? Sudevi's got it. 1,000 points. Our Srila Prabhupada. He broadcasts the moods of the gopis all over the world. By giving Krishna book, by speaking about this highest love and affection, by giving Śrīmad Bhagavatam, by giving Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, all of the beautiful teachings of our Rupanuga Guru Varga. He broadcasts that. So he cannot make Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrong. So our Srila Prabhupada gave that. So how do we reconcile these apparent contradictions? Well, we must understand that he has that bhav within him, sakya bhav, and it might manifest from time to time. Friendship mood. But we cannot deny the simple fact that he is capable of broadcasting the moods of the gopis all over the world because he did it. 1. 2, that he is capable of nourishing all the rasas. If anyone has intrinsically within them the nature to serve Krishna in Vrindavan, like a gopi or in the wake of the moods of the gopis, can he not nourish that? Yes, of course he can nourish it. We know that Hridaya Chaitanya could only nourish Shyamananda, Dukhi Krishnadas, up to his level, and then he had to send him forward to Jiva Goswami. And Jiva Goswami was able to nourish that gopi bhav within the heart of Shyamananda. But our Srila Prabhupada, our Gurudev, was emphatic on this point, that he is a true Rupa-anuga in every sense. And if you see the definitions of Rupa-anuga, there's general definitions, but our Srila Gurudev refined it and refined it and refined it and told what is Rupa-anuga. Rupa-anuga means not only following the sadhana of Rupa Goswami, when Rupa Goswami was here in the mood of a sadhaka, but also siddharupena chatrahi. Seva sarakurupena siddharupena chatrahi. Following outside as he followed outside as a sadhak, but also internally following his internal transcendental service mood to Radha and Krishna. What is his internal service mood? to Radha and Krishna. Who is Rupa Goswami in Radha Krishna Leela? 120 points plus a burfi. And I don't have it in front of me. First person. This is important. It is essential to know. That is Śrī Rupa Manjari, the goal of all of our everything. Śrī Rupa Manjari Pada, same or sampada, same or bhajan, pujan. The goal of our bhajan, pujan. Same or pranadhana, the life, the wealth of our life. Same or abharan, same or jivanir jivan, the life of our life. Say more rasanidhi, say more vancha siddhi, say vrata, say tapa, say more mantra japa. The goal of all of our austerities, our vrats, our mantras, our japa, everything. This is really the essence of what is the meaning of being a Rupanuga Vaishnava. And Srila Prabhupada again and again said, we are Rupanugas. He's definitely Rupanuga, and we are aspiring to somehow attain one particle of dust from the feet of those true Rupanugas, and hopefully one day to be brought into that mood where we might actually become a true Rupanuga. So, our Srila Prabhupada is no ordinary person. Our Gurudev was emphatic on this point. People were trying to convince him otherwise, and he responded quite strongly. You can believe whatever you want. It's okay. But I request you, I beseech you not to try to change my conviction, because you cannot. I know who he is. I know who he is. If we accept that our Gurudev is Nikunjayuno Ratikeli Siddhyai, and he's saying, I know who he is, means he's also Nikunjayuno Ratikeli Siddhyai. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj also said the same thing. He said, I was praying that he would reveal his swarup to me. And for so long I thought, oh, he's not going to reveal it to me. And then he leaned forward and he told those devotees, but he did. And whenever the concept came in front of Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, he would very boldly proclaim, he is Gopi, like this. So, how do you reconcile that he's manifesting this Sakya Bhav? From time to time, this mood would come out. Sometimes you see even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was doing any drama, or Krishna, when Mother Yashoda would speak Ram Katha to Krishna at night, in the evening to put him to sleep. Sometimes he would become completely in Ram's bhav. He would jump up and say, bring my bow, we're going to rescue Sita, like this.
Jiva Pavana Prabhu is posting a very nice quotes from Gurudev.
Thank you, Jiva Pavana Prabhu.
They can look over those after.
I wanted to share this with you because yesterday we sang that bhajan, and the bhajan, in the one bhajan, it can create a little bit of confusion. In the same way that if you read Prabhupada's books, let's say Śrīmad Bhagavatam or Krishna book, you can very easily conceive that the goal of life is to become one of the queens of Krishna in Dwarka, because he spent so much time there and only a few years in Vrindavan. So when you're looking at it like that, without being under proper guidance, then you can just follow your own mood or understanding. One devotee said to Gurudev, in my understanding, and Gurudev cut her off. He said, don't take your own understanding. You should try to take the understanding of your Gurudev and your Guru Varga. This is proper understanding. How do you understand Bhagavat? Bhagavat means Śrīmad Bhagavatam and Bhagavan and the pure devotee. Jaha Bhagavata Para Vaishnavasthane. By taking shelter of the Vaishnavas, by their mercy, we will be able to understand something of that subject matter which is beyond the realm of the mind, intelligence, and ego. It is all transcendental or adhokshaja, beyond the realm of the material senses, gross or subtle. Therefore, we take shelter of the pure devotees who have that understanding, who know that understanding. Srila Bhaktivedānta Sridhar Maharaj had that understanding of our Srila Prabhupada. Our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Maharaj, had that understanding of our Srila Prabhupada. Apparently his Gurudev did as well, otherwise he would not have given him the Gopi Bhav mantra. And our Srila Prabhupada came to this line under the guidance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, who in Krishna Lila is Nayana Mani Manjari, who is the best of the followers of Bhaktivedānta Thakur, who in Krishna Lila is Kamala Manjari. So this is a very, very particular line. If you see the words of all of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, they tell it emphatically. You see from Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Rakshak Sri Ram Maharaj, our Srila Gurudev, our Param Gurudev, Bhaktivedānta Thakur, Rupa Goswami, all of our Rupanuga Guru Varga. Goal is Radha Dasyam. And our Srila Prabhupada gave it in a kind of a code way. What did he say? What does Krishna like the most, more than anything else? Radharani. So our mood is how to give Krishna what pleases him the most. That is pure bhakti. It's not about me and my happiness. It's about Krishna and his happiness. What pleases him the most? Radharani. So he says, our mood is how to push Radharani to Krishna. And that is the function of her maidservants, especially those who are coming in Lalita Sakhi Gan, the group of Lalita Sakhi under the guidance of Sri Rupa. So I will cap off this subject with the prayer of Raghunath Das Goswami, who is our Prayojan Acharya. He is the Acharya teaching by his own example how to attain the goal of Rupanuga Bhakti. And what is that? He says, Padabjayo Stavavina Varadasya. The last two lines. Sakyayate Nama Namostu Namostu Nityam. What is he saying? Again and again, praying to Srimati Radhika, I offer my pranam again and again to the position of your Sakhi. Like Lalita Vishaka, Chitra Champak Lata, Tunga Vidya, Induleka Sudevi Rangadevi. These are Radhika's gopi friends. But what is my only aspiration? The only ras, the only taste, the only thing that I want. Gurudev would always say, I don't want any lesser thing. What does he say? Dasyayate mama rasostu satyam. That the only desire I have is to be your dasi, Radha Dasyam. So this is the meaning, the true meaning of Rupanuga. According to our Srila Gurudev, he has refined it, condensed it, and brought this essence out. And part of the capping off is, how can we understand this? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although he came to awaken the moods of the Brajabasis, 4 rasas. Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. Servitude, friendship, parental love, paramour love for Krishna. But who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And this was something our Srila Gurudev wanted us to understand very clearly. He is Krishna, tasting the bhav or the moods of Sridham Saka, Nanda Baba, Raktak, Patrak. No. He's Krishna tasting the bhavs of Srimati Radharani. Radha Bhava Dyuti Subalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam. He is Krishna himself tasting these moods of Srimati Radhika, and therefore his complexion becomes golden like hers. So she is Gaurangi, he becomes Gauranga. Tasting that amazing nectar of that bhav, that prem ras, he wants to distribute it to this world. The other day, because so many devotees sent in something to make offerings to Giriraj Maharaj, we had no selfish attachment to that. It was, use this for Govardhan Seva. So it ended up being quite lavish. We were able to bathe him in the best quality, organic, pure milk and ghee and yogurt and very nice fragrant oils and beautiful chatters, and give so many preparations and so many offerings for the brahmanas and the cows and everything, 500 kilos of bananas we offered to Giriraj, and then it became prasadam and they gave it to the monkeys. So it was so easy for us to spend that for Govardhan Seva. If it was our own money, we might be a little bit different. And so our Srila Gurudev explained, yes, Srila Gurudev explained that at the time of the Rajasuya Yajna, when Yudhishthira Maharaj was doing the yajna for becoming emperor of the world, at that time, Krishna was designating all of the positions to so many different persons, different services. What did Krishna give himself the service of? Washing the feet of the brahmanas as they arrived. And then Krishna gave the service to Duryodhan, who was the arch enemy of Yudhishthira. What was the service Krishna gave to him? He gave the service of distributing the wealth from the treasure of Yudhishthira Maharaj to the brahmanas. Everyone became so concerned. Krishna, you know that he wants to make us bankrupt. Why are you giving him this service? And Krishna said, I know something that he doesn't know. He has a line on his hand which tells that any wealth he touches will immediately double. So he'll never be able to give it. So what was Duryodhana doing? When the Brahmins were coming, he was giving more and more, way more than he normally would, because it was Yudhishthira Maharaj's treasure. It wasn't his own. For his own, he would be keeping it. But it was Yudhishthira Maharaj, he could give it and give it. In the same way, Srila Gurudev explained, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is tasting something, Radha's bhav. And when he's tasting that, it's so amazing, he also wants to share it. That, oh, you should also have something of this. Raga, marga, bhakti loke, korite pracharan. Oh, the whole world should experience this spontaneous mood of loving affection for Krishna that I'm experiencing. He was experiencing Radha Bhav, Unata Ujvala Ras, the topmost rasa. And what could he give of that? Not that directly, that is her property, but the Shriyam, the beauty of that. And that came through the medium of Rupa Goswami, this mood of service to Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. So it's very, very specific when you break it down. And all of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas have understood this. And Srila Prabhupada is one of our most prominent, one of our most brilliant, amazing Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas. So he certainly understands these subject matters very deeply and very gravely. Rupa Goswami is telling in Sri Upadeshamrita, Tishtham Raje Tad Anuragi Jananugami, that one should always be under the guidance of a Braj Rasik Anuragi, eternal associate of Krishna. If they want to attain perfection, this is the essence of all advice. So all of this was given to us by our Srila Prabhupada, the nectar of instruction. The last three, from that verse, 8th verse, the 9th verse tells where is the highest place? Govardhan, and within Govardhan, Śrī Radha Kunda. And then the next two verses tell all about serving Radha and Krishna's eightfold pastimes, Ashtakaliya Lila, while residing on the banks of Radha Kund at the foot of Giriraj Govardhan. So all of it is mapped out. Our Srila Gurudev said again and again and again that Prabhupada kept everything in his books. He may have had to adjust when he was preaching because of the different audiences that were coming, but he kept everything in his books. And some of it may be under lock and key, but any pure Vaishnava can come. Lock and key means you might read over it and not really understand it, but the Vaishnavas will come, and when they speak about it, they'll open it up and show you, oh, this is the beautiful treasure which he left here. And then you'll open up more and more within that treasure. And then you'll be able to see it. So this is the speciality of understanding the moods of the pure Vaishnavas via the medium of other pure Vaishnavas. So now I want to read a little bit from Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. If there are any questions or comments or anything about this subject, I request that you would bring them up, because it's a very important, essential subject, especially for the disciples of our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. but also for all Gaudiya Vaishnavas who are coming in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami. These points are very fine and very essential. And I'm telling again and again because our Srila Gurudev spent so much energy, so much time endeavoring to make us understand it. It was one of the pillars of his teachings. It was one of the foundational aspects of his preaching and teaching. So I wanted to share it to the best of my ability. Of course, when you hear it from him, and I'm trying to repeat to the best of my ability. So before entering into the Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, we will pray. To Śrī Satyavrata Muni, the original compiler, not compiler, he manifested from his own heart upon witnessing these sweet pastimes of Krishna. To Śrī Vyas, who wrote this Damodarasṭakam down in Padma Purana. To Śrī Sanātana Gosvāmī, who made a beautiful commentary on the Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. To our Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja, who made a commentary on Sanatana Goswami's commentary. And then our Srila Gurudev Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja, who made commentary on their commentaries. So it's very, very deep. So many treasures, and each one is opening up more and more and more of the purva, of the previous acharyas. So it's really a treasure full of nectar.
Kishoriji?
Yes?
Yadava has a question. He says, why did Srila Gurudev always say, don't try to change my vision, instead of like, you should also believe this? Instead of Gurudev saying, you should believe it, he's saying, don't try to change my vision.
The people who were approaching, thank you for the question. The people who were approaching him at that time were some disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and they were taking a very strong mood, like a combating, like a fighting mood toward our Srila Gurudev. And so he responded to them accordingly. But for all of us, he wanted us very clearly to understand this. He would have devotees stand up and speak, and when they would speak this, he would tell all of us, I want that all of you should understand like this, and that you should preach it like this. So it was very clear that he wanted us. It was only in the context of that particular conversation where they were actually endeavoring to convince him, and they were not on his level, of course, but they were endeavoring to convince him that of their understanding, and he was unbreakable and unchangeable. So he just finally said to them, yes, you can accept like that. There is some historical context in Jaiva Dharma, right from the beginning, that I'm trying to remember all of their names at the moment, but there's two different disciples, one guru, and one disciple is of the mood of a cowherd boy, and the other disciple is of the mood of a gopi. And each one is seeing their guru according to their own bhav. So the one of the cowherd boy is seeing their guru as a representative of Subal Sakha, and the other one is seeing their guru as a representative of Lalita Sakhi. And so there is some scope for this. So according to the inherent bhav or mood of the disciple, whatever it is, then they might see their Gurudev like this. But it does not negate the fact that the Guru who is in the Madhurya Rasa, they can nourish all other rasas. If that Gurudev was only up to Sakya Bhav, he could not have nourished the one in Madhurya Rasa. He would have had to send him to any other Guru who could bring him up to the full nourishment in Madhurya Rasa. So it is essential to understand this. But they were trying to convince Gurudev that Prabhupada is not a gopi, not of that mood, and Gurudev just would not have it. He said, you can believe what you want. This was in this conversation. You can believe what you want, but you cannot change my position, and I request you not to even try. This is his conviction, his nishtha. And I pray to have nishtha in my Gurudev, therefore I must have some conviction in my Gurudev's conviction. Otherwise I cannot call myself a disciple.
But Gurudev would also give the example of Param Gurudev writing the Samadhi mantras on him, the Gopi Bhav mantras, and that his Gurudev was also not a fool.
Yes, I've told that, but I'll tell it again.
But in context of his question,
Right.
Gurudev said this. I heard you.
So our Srila Gurudev would tell again and again that my Gurudev, you think he didn't know? Why would he give him Gopi Bhav mantra? My Gurudev is Vinod Manjari. He's a maidservant of Srimati Radhika, following Nayana Mani Manjari. How can he not know when he's giving Gopi Bhav mantra to our Srila Prabhupada? How can my Gurudev not know? And then Prabhupada requested our Gurudev. Although so many hundreds, even thousands of disciples were there, but Prabhupada said, I have one request for you. This conversation was just posted recently. He said, I have a request for you. I want you to do my samadhi with your own hands. And our Gurudev said, yes, I will do everything according to your desire, according to your instruction. And what did our Gurudev do? He wrote all of the mantras on his body. Samadhi with chandan, tilak. What are the mantras? All for Gopi Bhav, all for Manjari Bhav. So he asked him, and our Gurudev understood his mood and gave that to him. So there's so many different things, and our Gurudev was just like, I cannot and I will not accept that my own Gurudev doesn't know. How can he think like that? Of course my Gurudev knows. My Gurudev gave this to him. And so our whole line is in that mood. And so our Gurudev gave so many different evidences. Only for that person who just wanted to argue and fight and didn't want to accept, and he said, you can believe what you want, that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. But don't try to change me. You cannot convince me otherwise. I know who he is. And I've heard Gurudev say that in other times as well. He said, some persons are trying to say that Prabhupada is only a devotee of Mahavishnu. But I know who he is. Because I know who he is, no matter where he is, no matter what he does, I want to follow him. Gurudev would say this. And this is called Sakira Anugata Koro. I want to follow in the mood of this particular personality. I hope I was able to answer your question okay. Thank you for your question, Yadava. So, I was going to enter into this beautiful treasure, praying in the dust of the lotus feet, in the words of Raghunath Goswami, Vairāga Juga Bhaktira Samprayatnayar Apayanan Mam Anubhipshamandam Kripambudirya Paradukuduki Sanatanastam Prabhum Ashrayami. Begging in the dust of their lotus feet to make even a particle of their moods, which are present within these pages, manifest itself within our hearts. So we're still on the first verse. I think we're going to continue this as it seems that the world is locking down a little bit more again. We may be able to continue this for another 6 months, or maybe longer. So,
Tell them we'll still be taking them places.
yes, and even after Kartik, we'll still be going out to different locations. We're just doing a much, I would say, more slow parikrama. So we'll be going to different locations and starting in different locations in Braj Mandal. So we're not able to go everywhere all during this month, but we can still go to so many different places. By the way, before I continue, I just want to let you know that tomorrow we will be starting early, 2 hours earlier than usual, 3 o'clock p.m., 3 o'clock in the afternoon, our time, Vrindavan time, from Śrī Bārshana Dham. So, please be with us. 3 o'clock p.m. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyolukaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyan Tato Drutya Gopya Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam. So last time we were reading how Mother Yashoda was feeling. How come Krishna is always stealing from the houses of others? He's stealing from that gopi and that gopi and that one, and they're all complaining, but he's not stealing from my own home. Maybe my maidservants are not making very good butter. Maybe the butter's a little sour, or maybe a little old. So she woke up feeling, I will do it myself. I will do everything myself from scratch, from the beginning. I will milk the cows, and I will milk the cows who have the best, most fragrant, sweet, rich milk. So she selected some of the best milk cows in all of her Goshala. She milked them herself. She made the yogurt herself in the pot that was the heirloom pot that makes the best yogurt. 5 generations passed down from mother-in-law to daughter-in-law. Srila Bhakti Kamal Govinda Maharaj, he told us this. And he heard from Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Maharaj. This special pot. She did everything from beginning, from scratch, trying to make the best quality butter that Krishna would want to take it from her home. And as she was churning, her heart was also churning with love and affection for Krishna as she was singing beautiful, sweet names of Krishna. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. And as she was churning in the morning time, what happened? It's said that the sound from her bangles and the churning was making a sound. You know when you're churning butter, as we all do every day? The pot is making some gloom, 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 gloom. She's pulling on the ropes. And there's a stick in the middle. And those ropes are turning the stick. And the stick has something which churns underneath, inside the pot. And by pulling on those ropes, that churning is going on, and her bangles were going ch, 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 like this. So a sound that was coming out like the large and small heads of the mridanga, Sri Gurudev would say, dik daham, dik daham. And what does that mean? The meaning implied is that any soul who does not worship and remember Sri Radha Krishna leads a life that is so dull, tan, that he is no better than an animal. Such a soul is condemned. Deep. So Gurudev would say that sound means fie on me, fie on me. If I am not doing bhajan, if I'm not engaging my time, my energy, my life, my words, my everything in the service of Krishna. So she was remembering the beautiful pastimes of little Krishna and singing his name so sweetly. Sri Krishna, the darling son of Mother Yashoda, forever begs parental love from his mother. She was completely absorbed in the moods of her song and was brimming with affection for Krishna. When he heard her singing, her voice saturated with love for him, he could not restrain himself. He began to think, every day, Mother sings a little song for me with great tenderness to awaken me. So she sings a lullaby for Krishna to awaken him in the morning. He's very small. But today she has not come and I am so hungry. So because she was absorbed in doing something that she didn't usually do, she wasn't taking care of what she usually did. Normally she would wake Krishna up with sweet singing and sweet moods of love and affection. But this day she was making butter. And Krishna was feeling so hungry. He is the Supreme Lord of everything. But today she has not come and I am so hungry. Krishna is the Supreme Lord of everything, who is independently blissful and self-satisfied. But he was hungry. So this is quite interesting. How is it that someone who is completely self-satisfied and has no desire outside of himself becomes hungry? There's only one way to create hunger in Krishna. There's one thing, that is love and affection. That makes something happen in him where he becomes greedy to taste that love and affection. And that love and affection is manifest naturally through the medium of service. So the desire to please the object of one's love and affection. This is known as devotional service, because it's service with devotion. So her love and affection is manifesting through the form of that butter. So he began to cry loudly for his mother's breast milk, because also her breast milk is the manifestation of her Vatsalya praying for him. So he's also greedy for that. That's what he normally gets. My dear Lord, how glorious you are. On this day, the effect of Sri Krishna's crying remained unknown to anyone. It simply merged into the fathomless ocean of Mother Yashoda's parental affection, for she was so absorbed in her Sankirtan that she was unable to hear him. How powerful is Sankirtan? Deep absorption in Sankirtan that she was unable to hear Krishna weeping. Because through Sankirtan there's also another kind of meeting. As Mahaprabhu says, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. Your names contain all of your transcendental potencies. Abhinatva Nama Namino. There's no difference between Krishna and his names. We've also seen how Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Gosvāmī were so absorbed in discussing Harikatha that they completely lost track of time. They forgot to eat. They forgot to do anything. And Śrīmati Radhika herself came and supplied ingredients. And still they didn't do anything. They weren't even aware. Then she came and personally cooked for them kheer and set it in front of them and said, Baba, eat, eat. And they still were unaware. And they continued glorifying the sweet pastimes of Krishna. How is it possible? Because Mad Bhakta Yatra Gayanti. Krishna says, I am present, fully present where my devotees are glorifying my names, forms, qualities, and pastimes. Mother Yashoda was so absorbed that she didn't even hear Krishna's cries. I like this. His weeping on that day had no effect. It was unknown to anyone. It simply merged into the fathomless ocean of her parental affection. For she was so absorbed in her Sankirtan that she was unable to hear him. Why? Because what she was doing was for his happiness, for his pleasure, and for his benefit. It was completely pure, transcendental bhakti, and it took more precedence over his crying. With great difficulty, Kanhaiya, who was lying on his belly, moved little by little to the edge of his bed, and then got down. Rubbing his eyes and crying, he somehow made it to where his mother was churning, tottering like an intoxicated elephant along the way. So he's like two and a half, Gurudev said. And so tottering like an intoxicated elephant, moving from side to side, he goes to where his mother is. He caught hold of the churning rod and stopped it from twirling. Mother Yashoda's absorption broke. This deep kind of absorption, this is really the definition of Sukirtan. Sukirtan means deeply absorbed. This word, I would say adjective, su, it adds something, right? When you say Su Durlabh, Durlabh means rare. Su Durlabh means extremely rare. There's darshan, which means actually that the Lord will see me. And then there's Sudarshan. Right? This is extreme, powerful darshan. There's Devi, which means goddess. And then there's Sudevi, super goddess. And here, there's Sukirtan. There's Kirtan and then deep absorption Kirtan. Extreme, complete absorption in that Kirtan. So Mother Yashoda was so absorbed, Krishna stopped the churning rod from moving, and then her absorption broke. Seeing her darling son at her side, she immediately sat him on her lap and began breastfeeding him. Just by seeing her dear Krishna, her limbs became decorated by all of the Astasattvic bhavs, the 8 types of bodily transformations arising from ecstatic love of God. Furthermore, the special emotion of motherly affection manifested, namely, milk began to flow from her breasts. This is the manifestation of Vatsalya Prema, or motherly affection. Milk began flowing spontaneously and naturally. So, in this connection, I just want to share something in terms of what we were speaking about before. Anyone who saw our Srila Gurudev speak on these pastimes every single year would see how excited he would become. He would become completely immersed, absorbed in relishing Vatsalya Rasa, the moods of Vatsalya Prema, and he would be so animated, feeling so much transcendental emotion, sometimes laughing, slapping his knees, sometimes weeping, completely absorbed. But we know that our Gurudev is Nikunja Yuno Ratikeli Siddhyai. This is further proof that anyone who is in that ras can also experience and taste and relish the other rasas. So we're seeing here how Gurudev is speaking about these beautiful, sweet childhood Vatsalya ras pastimes of Krishna. According to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, baby Krishna is the Vishaya Alamban of Vatsalya ras. That is, he is the object upon which motherly love depends. Vishaya Alamban. So he is the object of that motherly love and affection. His mother Yashoda is the Ashray Alamban, or the reservoir of love for him. So Vishaya means who is experiencing or tasting, and Ashray means who is the container of that, who is giving it. In order for enjoyment to take place, something must be feeding that. If you want to enjoy something sweet, then you need to take a sweet, right? Something needs to come from there to here. So the devotees are the givers of love to Krishna, and Krishna is the taster of that love and affection. That is what Vishaya is. He is the taster or the enjoyer, and the bhakta or the devotee is the ashray, the reservoir of that enjoyment. So they are holding that and giving it to him. So she is the ashray alamban, or the reservoir of love for him. Baby Krishna's gorgeous face is the udipana, or the stimulus, the stimulation that rouses motherly love. Baby Krishna's gorgeous face is the stimulus that rouses motherly love, and Mother Yashoda's tears, the standing on end of her bodily hairs, the flowing of milk from her breasts, and so on, are the sattvika bhavs, or transformations of ecstasy in her body. So naturally, as Krishna is experiencing that love and affection, the natural result of that in the experience of the devoted person, meaning the ashray alamban, in this case Mother Yashoda, but any pure devotee who is serving Krishna naturally will also feel ecstasy. By loving and serving Krishna, that ecstasy will also manifest or reflect within themselves. And you will see the ashta sattvika bhavs, different transcendental manifestations manifesting on their body. Tears, hair standing on end, flow of milk, so many different kinds of transformations in Vatsalya Prema. All of these ingredients of love, namely vibhav, gets a little complicated here, technical. Vishaya alamban, ashray alamban, and udipana. Anubhav, deep emotions that are realized through outward expressions on the body, and so forth. Then combined with Mother Yashoda's own sthayi bhav, that is the fixed, essential, foundational nature of her love and affection, which is Vatsalya Rati, parental love and affection for Krishna. So it mixed with that and began to make her relish Vatsalya rasa. Rasa means taste, flavor, experience, but taste. So the taste of parental love and affection. Our Goswamis, our Acharyas have broken it down very minutely, very intricately, scientifically, and explained all of these things gradually, as we are, by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, becoming more and more excited and greedy for knowing about Krishna and coming into the path of devotion under the guidance of our Guru Varga. These conceptions will become more and more natural to us. Like when you grow up, you're born, you don't understand anything, you're just a baby, and maybe you can think food or milk. And then you grow up a little more and you learn some words. Then you start learning mathematics. Certain things start becoming more and more natural as you're absorbing yourself in that. As one absorbs themselves in the culture of our Guru Varga's moods of love and affection for Krishna, then these things start to become natural. I remember when we first came to our Srila Gurudev, we were like, okay, so Kunda. Kunda means lake. And Kunja means grove. And we had to learn the difference between Kunda and Kunja. And, oh wait, there's a Sarovar also. What's a Sarovar? Oh, a Sarovar is a lake. So all of these things started coming a little bit more, oh my God, and then there's Rupanuga and Raganuga. Wait, what's the difference between Rupanuga and Raganuga? What's Anuga? Wait, is a Rupanuga a Raganuga, or is a Raganuga a Rupanuga? So all of these things, they're confusing in the beginning, but after hearing them again and again, then they start becoming more familiar and natural. And then gradually, when Sri Guru or any pure Vaishnava is speaking on these subjects, they might even say some 1 or 2 words, and from that, so much can be understood. It'll be like a code word. 1 word, and poof, it will open up into a whole universe of more. So these things gradually, as we are progressing, endeavoring, taking shelter of Harinam Prabhu, and desiring to be the recipient of the mercy of our Gurudev and Guru Varga, and gradually all of these transcendental truths will be revealed within our hearts. And I'm saying it like that because one can study it as a scholastic study, and they can put everything to memory and still not understand anything. But if one is really sincere, if they have some desire, some greed, and they serve with the intent to please Gurudev, feeling humility in their heart that I don't know anything, but please be merciful to me, then Gurudev will give it like this, Prakashante Mahatmana. He can manifest all of that transcendental knowledge into one's heart, in the same way it was manifested into the heart of Brahma, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. In the same way it was manifested, the Sri Guru manifested, Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoite. Guru makes Krishna appear in your heart. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. Guru manifests divine knowledge into our hearts. So this is by the function of the pure devotee or Sri Guru that it manifests. It's not by a mechanical study. The mechanical study may be there under the guidance of Guru, but unless it is surcharged by their mercy, how can we, who are bound in this material world, in the material elements, gross and subtle, through this medium, actually understand or calculate the infinite? We cannot. Only by the function of the infinite, the function of the divine manifesting itself through the divine agent, will we be able to understand or comprehend these transcendental or spiritual subject matters. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, he says, I reserve the right to be seen or not seen. And he himself will give that understanding. He will give that vision. Dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mamupayantite. He will awaken that. Sri Guru awakens that. How does bhakti awaken in the heart? Bhakta sanjataya bhakta. By the association of the pure devotees who have bhakti, then what is inside will begin to sprout and awaken by that association. It's not that we shouldn't make an endeavor. That endeavor is our sadhana.
Yeah.
Strange.
When
You
it
didn't
runs,
used to do that.
no, when it runs out of the data, to a certain point, it just cuts out.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You have to wait a minute. Only 4 are there.
How long was it?
I just noticed it.
Oh.
I was
Hare Krishna.
writing.
Radhe Radhe.
13 are there. Oh, they're all coming back. They're refreshing.
Where was I?
I'm refreshing here.
I don't know what I last said.
Hold on. Hold on, they'll tell you. Ask again what you last said.
Dandava Pranam, dear devotees. Can you remind me where I was, what I last spoke about?
God, that endeavor is our sadhana.
Okay, so Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, he was describing that our sadhana on our own is not capable of granting us perfection. If it was so, then that would be the ascending path. That would mean anyone can do something, sadhana, and by that I can capture the infinite. But the infinite is beyond our grasp. Just by our sadhana alone, we cannot capture the infinite. So why do we do sadhana? Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj explains, we do sadhana because Guru tells us to do it. And when he says, oh, you are sincere, you are following my instruction, you're doing what I told you to do, and trying to follow it exactly, trying to make that endeavor, then he will feel inclined. Okay, this person is sincere. This person is not giving up. This person really wants the treasure I have to give. And he will give something, an installment of bhakti or bhakti sukriti, the merits and the impressions, the sukritis and sanskars, which are necessary to be able to assist us to comprehend spiritual subject matter. And I was telling that Prahlad Maharaj also confirms this in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, that without bathing in the dust of the feet of the pure devotees, one can never understand transcendental subject matter. They will simply be engaged in chewing that which they have already chewed before. So we do sadhana because Guru tells us to do it, and when he sees that we are sincere, then he will awaken something more in our heart. It will come in installments. Sometimes it feels like, oh, nothing's coming, and then there's an awakening, and then we run forward and it feels like nothing's happening, and then another awakening like this. These are the installments of mercy of Sri Guru. Srila Gurudev explained that don't think that your effort to pick up your japamala in the morning is coming just by your own power and potency. You should know that this comes from the merciful sidelong glance of Gurudev. Any tendency that you have to do anything on the path of bhakti or devotion, you should understand that this is a function of kripa, or a function of mercy. So, without bathing in the dust of the feet of the pure Vaishnavas, we cannot understand transcendental subject matter. So in this case, what does bathing in the foot dust of the Vaishnavas mean? It means taking their instructions. It means following those instructions. It means serving them. It means endeavoring to do everything that they are giving us for our own benefit. What is our own benefit? To attain the mercy of the pure devotees, by which gradually Krishna Prem can manifest. Suddenly, the milk started boiling over, as if it were thinking. Remember, everything in Vrindavan, transcendental Vrindavan, is conscious. In the verse in Brahma Samhita, it says, Shriya Kantaha Kantaha Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumish Chintamani Ganamayi Toyam Amritam Kataganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vangshi Priyasaki Chidanandam Jyoti. Everything is conscious, blissful, self-luminous, like the soul. It's all alive with transcendental love and affection for Krishna. And it all has its eternal, inherent, particular nature. So the dust is not stagnant. The dust is alive in essence with transcendental bhav of love and affection for Krishna. So we pray to the dust. We take shelter of that dust. The trees, the birds, the bees, the grass, Jamuna, the lotus flowers in Jamuna, all of the transcendental associates, the cows, the Brahmins, the Gopas, the Gopis, Govardhan, everything is conscious. And the milk is also conscious. So, suddenly the milk started boiling over, as if it were thinking. Mother Yashoda's breasts are the source of all of the milk contained within all of the universes. Her supply of breast milk is inexhaustible. And the stomach of baby Krishna, of baby Kanhaiya, is not at all small. All of the universes can fit inside his stomach. Remember when Mother Yashoda looked inside the mouth of Krishna, when the cowherd boys were saying, Krishna ate dirt. She said, open up, let me see. And he opened up his mouth, and when she looked inside, what did she see? She saw the entire cosmic manifestation, all of the universes, everything. Then she saw our solar system. Then she saw our earth planet. Then she saw Vrindavan. Then she saw herself looking into his mouth. Then she thought, oh my God, what am I seeing? I think a ghost has possessed my baby boy. Then she started chanting all kinds of prayers and doing like yagyas and giving him all kinds of things to counteract the negative effects of ghosts. So she gave him Panchamrit, bath in the 5 kinds of purifying substances, milk, yogurt, ghee, cow urine, cow dung, etc. I heard once Krishna was like, okay, I'm not going to show her that again. But she witnessed inside of him the entire universe. So the milk is thinking. Her supply of breast milk is inexhaustible. And baby Kanhaiya's stomach is not at all small. All of the universes can fit inside it. She will never become tired of giving her breast milk to him. And he can drink forever. In that case, I will always remain bereft of the opportunity to serve Sri Krishna. Therefore, it is pointless to maintain my worthless life, a life devoid of service. So the milk is feeling hopeless. You can see this. He's feeling hopeless that her capacity to serve Krishna, her breast milk, is unlimited, and his capacity to drink that love and affection in the form of breast milk is also unlimited. Therefore, I will never receive an opportunity to serve Krishna. That life, which cannot be utilized in service, is considered useless. It's got no purpose whatsoever. So the milk was feeling completely hopeless and bereft. Thinking like this, the milk began to sacrifice himself into the fire. So if you've ever boiled milk, you see the milk starts to bubble up and then it starts to rise. And if you don't turn off the fire, what does it do? It boils over the edge and goes into the fire. Well, in Transcendental Vrindavan, it's not just liquid boiling over into a fire. It is conscious substance, chid vastu, conscious substance that has natural love and affection for Krishna, which is feeling that my life is useless because I cannot serve Krishna. Even so many devotees, you read about it in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and other Vaishnava scriptures. If the ecstasy which comes from serving Krishna stops their service to Krishna, they begin to condemn that ecstasy. Damn you, ecstasy, which is stopping my service to Krishna. Even the gopis, they're cursing Brahma. You foolish creator. You gave us tears. And you made our eyes blink. What kind of fool makes that? How can you create? Don't you know that we worship Krishna with our eyes? Don't you know that one moment in separation, that blink feels like millions of yugas? And then you put tears to make it blurry? That we cannot see Krishna? We cannot drink his beauty and serve him with our eyes? What kind of foolish creator are you? If you are intelligent, You should have made our body full of eyes so that we could always constantly drink the nectar of Krishna's beauty. So they're also cursing him because by their blinking and tears, they feel that I'm not able to continue serving Krishna. So here the milk is also feeling, if I'm not able to serve Krishna, what is the purpose of my life? Like Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Prabhupada, he said these words when Srila Gaura Kishoras Babaji Mahārāja again and again was refusing to give initiation because he didn't want to accept any disciple. Bhaktivedānta Thakur told Bhaktivedānta Saraswati, that time, Bimal Prasad, you should accept from Srila Gaura Kishoras Babaji Mahārāja. Again and again he approached, and again he was rejected. Finally, weeping and weeping, he said, Karuna na hoile kandiya kandiya prana nara kibo ar. Without your mercy, without your giving me your shelter, I have no reason to maintain this life, this useless existence. Your life is, your mercy is my everything. Tomara koruna sar. It is everything for me. Without that, I have no reason to maintain my life. And with that kind of conviction, with that kind of desperation, Bhaktivedānta Thakur petitioned on his behalf. Shunya amar durg Vaishnava Thakur amalagi Krishna avedi vena prachur. So Bhaktivedānta Thakur petitioned, look at this poor boy, how desperate he is. He's desperate for your mercy. Please accept him. Look at the condition. Oh, he was so thin and desperate. Like Narottam Das Thakur, also for Lokanath Goswami. Desperate. Begging and pleading and weeping. Please give me your mercy. Feeling that without your mercy, I have no reason to maintain my life. So the milk was feeling like this too. Without the service of Krishna, what is the use? Let me sacrifice myself into the fire. So unlike ordinary milk, which boils over into a fire and you go, oh, well, that's too bad. This milk is conscious and feeling bereft of the opportunity to serve Krishna eternally. What is the use? Let me just finish this life. It begins to boil over into the fire, begins to sacrifice himself into the fire. So Srila Gurudev says in this connection, practicing devotees, sadhakas, should also have this type of anxiousness. They should think, if while performing bhajan we do not gain even a glimpse of Bhagavan or realize the mercy of his pastimes and divine abode, then maybe there's a setting. Are you there? Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Is the regular internet working yet?
I don't know.
Haribol? Radhe Radhe? Can you let us know if you're there?
They're there.
Okay.
I see more coming back.
Did anyone hear me start chanting the verse Anyabhilashita Shunyam? No, I'm asking them.
What does he ask again?
Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna.
Ask again what you were chanting.
Did anyone hear me start to sing Anyabhi?
Yes.
Okay.
Champak says yes.
Okay.
Oh, Hari Priyadasi says no. So just start the verse again.
Okay. 1 second. So, but if someone heard me start to say Anyabhilashita Shunyam, then we only lost 1 second. Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadhyanavritam Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam Bhaktirutama. This subject matter is extremely important. When Srila Gurudev is speaking about this, it is essential for those who are practicing sadhakas, those who are practicing devotees, to understand the anxiousness which is required to attract the mercy of Guru and Krishna.
Jiva Pavana Prabhu says the milk had just thrown itself into the fire.
Oh.
And then you did Anyabhilashita Shunyam.
No. The milk had just thrown itself into the fire. Did anyone hear me say Ashane Kutibo Mata Anale Pashibo? Narottam Das Thakur? From Jai Anilo Premadhana? Sudevi?
I'm waiting for an answer.
Hare Krishna.
Just wait a second.
No, I'm waiting.
Oh, are you online too then?
No? I'm trying to be, but I'm not. I'm not able to be online. I'm just sharing my connection to you.
Let me just check this.
Why don't you come out here and see what they're typing on this one? You can see it faster. Oh, on that.
Oh. So, you were just about to tell that we should kill ourselves. and Jiva Pavana Prabhu said you're okay where you picked up. Raktamba Prabhu said you were just about to tell us we should kill ourselves.
Okay.
Here.
All right.
I tried, guys. Kishori, the time.
Yes.
Be over.
But I just told this, so I'm
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Hare Krishna. You should not kill yourselves. Now I have to go to another story. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanātana Gosvāmī, and Sanātana Gosvāmī told Raghunath Das Goswami, that if killing oneself would result in everyone attaining Krishna Prem, don't you think we all would have done it by now? So we should understand that that is not the cause for one attaining Krishna Prem, but one should have that feeling of desperation which is so intense that this anxiousness which is so intense that it causes the mercy of Guru and Krishna to manifest. That is why that intense greedy desire is the root qualification for bhakti. If someone is desperate enough for something, they will do anything to get it. Beg, borrow, steal, anything they will do. And Srila Gurudev, he would tell, like Rukmini, what did she tell? She sent in the letter to Krishna. Gurudev said if any lady, she might be upset, the man may or may not take notice. If she starts crying, maybe he'll take notice, but if she threatens to give up her life, he will do anything for her. So she said, what is meant for the lion is going to be stolen by the jackal. If you do not come and rescue me, I have no reason to maintain my life. I will end it immediately if you don't accept me. Krishna was bound to come because of this extreme anxiousness, this desperate necessity, this mood. Krishna himself came in front of thousands of the most powerful warriors on her wedding day, just as she was coming out from the Durga temple on the way to the Yagyapit. Krishna grabbed Rukmini in front of all of them and everyone was completely stunned. What's going on? She took the reins of the chariot and was guiding the horses, and Krishna was standing on the chariot with his bow and arrows fighting all of these soldiers. And Balaram was becoming, Balaram? Others were becoming very angry and upset. What's going on here? Can you not understand? Who's driving the chariot? Rukmini is driving the chariot. Rukmini. So she was, in essence, kidnapping herself by the medium of Krishna.
That's what Krishna said to Balaram, because he was...
Later on. So the point is that she made that threat, but that threat was real. Her heart was like that. If you do not accept me, if you do not rescue me, I have no reason to maintain my life. It is useless. So she only wanted to love him and serve him. So in this connection, also our Gurudev is saying that if while performing bhajan we do not gain even a glimpse of Bhagavan or realize his mercy, the mercy of his pastimes and divine abode, then our lives are worthless. Narottam Das Thakur, in a mood of deep separation, in this bhajan, Jai Anilo Prema Dhana Karuna Prachur, he says, Pashane Kutipamata Analepa Shivo Gorangyera Gunera Nidhi Kothagere Pavo. I shall dash my head upon a stone or enter into a blazing fire. Where will I find that treasure house of all wonderful qualities? Shri Gauranga. So Gurudev is telling us, in this regard, it is important to carefully deliberate upon Srila Rupa Goswami's definition of Uttama Bhakti, or pure devotion. And this is where we left off the last time. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavritam Anukulyena Krishnānushīlanam bhaktiruttama. This verse I recommend that all of you try to learn. Gurudev wanted all of us to know this one, especially by heart. It is the definition of pure bhakti. When bhakti is performed without any other desire than the aspiration to bring happiness to Krishna, when it is not covered by the endeavor to accumulate dry knowledge, result-oriented work, or any other practice for attaining a goal unrelated to him, and when it is cultivated solely with a favorable disposition toward him and for his benefit, then it is Uttama Bhakti, supremely pure devotion. So the first line says, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. Shunyam means devoid of or without. Anya Abhilash. Anya means any, other. For me it's easy because it says A-N-Y-A, so I see the word any and then Any other. Abhilash means desire. So it is devoid of any other desire other than Anukulyena Krishnānushīlanam. Anukul means what is favorable for. Krishna Anushīlanam means exclusively for Krishna. How? For his happiness, his pleasure, and especially his benefit. And automatically, if it is without any other desire, then the examples of those desires are given. Desire for impersonal liberation, freedom from suffering, desire for material happiness, comfort, reward-seeking activities, means I'm going to worship you so that you fulfill my material desires, make me happy, make me rich, make me beautiful children, big house, beautiful wife, beautiful husband, and all of these things. This is karma. It is devoid of anything which is not related to or not directly or exclusively for his happiness, pleasure, or benefit. That is known as pure bhakti, supremely pure devotion. So now it is getting late and I would love to continue, but we will stop here because Gurudev goes more further into the definition of this verse much more deeply, and it is essential. Srila Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja explained that anyone who really goes deeply into the moods of this verse and who shares this everywhere, they will surely and certainly attain Krishna Bhakti. So our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja, quoted this verse almost every single day, shared with us the definitions of this verse, and he ever asked us the question, what is the definition of bhakti? One time we were in Fiji with him, and he asked that question, and this was early on, maybe 1998 or 99, and he asked, what is the definition? And I said one thing, and he was like, more? And I was like, he asked another one, they said something, he asked another one. They couldn't answer properly, not to his satisfaction. And then he asked one devotee who had been with him for some time, and that devotee quoted this verse, Anya Bhilashita Shunyam. And Gurudev said, if I ever ask the definition of bhakti, then you must always quote this verse. So for me, that was a very powerful lesson, that he wants a specific thing. He wants us to quote this specific verse when it comes to the definition of bhakti. There are other definitions of bhakti, but this is the best and most clear, concise definition of bhakti. So we will stop here and continue. Tomorrow we are starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 p.m. Vrindavan time. Well, it will be Varshana time, but Vrindavan time. In Varshana, the place of Śrīmati Radhika's beautiful childhood, youthful pastimes. So we will start there at 3 o'clock p.m. just as a reminder. So hopefully you can be with us at that time.
I hope so.
Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupana Guru Varga ki jai, Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai, Śrī Dāmodara ki jai.
Can you please share it here? Oh, the verse. Maybe Jiva Pavana Prabhu, could you post the verse If you
Yes, please. Thank you. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulyena krishnanushinanam bhaktir uttama.
Srila Prabhupada always used it as unalloyed, pure devotional service. And he would quote the verse without actually, in the purport, you'll find it so many times. He's telling the verse, the meaning, but not necessarily the Sanskrit. But again and again, he's telling the verse. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, once you have familiarity with the verse or the shlokas, then you will, when you look at Prabhupada's purports,
Everything is a
it's just, his purports are garlands of shlokas strung together, translated into English. It's beautiful to see it like that.
And Krishna's playing the flute tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Haribol Narasimha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare technical difficulties tonight, dear Vaishnavas. Thank you for sticking it out with us.
So thank you for being with us today, giving us the opportunity to remember the beautiful teachings of our Srila Gurudev and our Guru Varga, and also for every day giving us the opportunity to do our Guru Seva, which is our life and soul. For that, we are indebted to each and every one of you. We look forward to being with all of you tomorrow, starting 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Vrindavan time, in Barshana. Shri Barshana Dham
Ki Jai.
So, Dandava Pranam.
Dandava Pranam.
Hare Krishna,
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe, Radha Vinodi Hari Ju Ki Jai. Sachinandana Gaura Hari Ki Jai.
Narsingha, I offered you a Govardhan just so you know. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.